Hi there, everyone. My name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to another one of my album reviews. And this is a first for me. I have not done Sonata Arctica before. I really don't know Sonata Arctica that well, which is surprising because they're like Tracy's favorite band, or if not her favorite, one of her favorites. I'm not 100% sure. Um, this is Acoustic Adventures, Volume 1. So this is basically Sonata Arctica, which my understanding for the most part is power metal. We'll say European metal, depending on who you ask, might argue otherwise. I don't know. I'm going off of what I've been told. Okay, just so we're clear. So that's normally what they're like, and this is them doing those songs in acoustic arrangements. I have no comparison or idea what the Big Bang thing is, if you can hear it. I have no comparison for the original tracks, okay? I know these versions of these tracks. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in this review is I'm going to be talking about just these versions. I have no understanding or comparison points of the originals. I can only go off of my views on this album specifically. This is kind of like a bit of a Sunday afternoon gateway drug. Allow me to explain. So, as I go on about this album, the first thing you have to remember is I am not a Sonata Arctica fan, okay? Not to say that I don't like them. I'm inexperienced. This is my first album of theirs that I have truly listened to. So, I do not know these songs. And I think in some cases that kind of hurts my view on it, but it helps speak more for this album to the general public, all right? Now, the album opens up with The Rest of the Sun Belongs to Me. I really like this song. It's a good way to open up the album, and it's got this great flow to it, great opening. It doesn't really stick much for me, though. It doesn't have, it's kind of just typical. I mean, if imagine a bunch of guitarists. I want to say this album, if you're looking for, I can't even give you a general vibe because each song can have its own little vibe and whatnot. And the instrumentation can change from song to song and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to give you a really good idea of an overall theme because there isn't. Basically, this album goes from, say, Steven Seagal's. If you've ever listened to Steven Seagal's, picture Steven Seagal's where you've got a few different string instruments, all variations of a guitar or whatnot, or a mandolin or whatnot, or in between, banjos, stuff like that. Sometimes some organ, sometimes some piano. That kind of fluctuates a little bit. There's a variety of different stuff that way in there, and the drums are, kind of more basic-y kind of drums, with brush sticks and whatnot, we'll say. Really cool. It's really, but it's got this vibe where it goes from, I want to say, I can't say country. Country's the wrong word. When you old music, like old traditional kind of style music, like it definitely has a lot more traditional styling in there, where it's music to accompany the story. And because I personally don't care so much about the story or whatnot, it for me is just kind of traditional style music, with quite a few string instruments, really upbeat, old timey kind of stuff, I wanna say, like, ZZ Top and Back to the Future when they were playing in the 1800s, that kind of stuff. Serious. Sorry about all the cuts. My allergies have been really bad. That happens every spring. Carrying on though. For the Sake of Revenge is the next track. This is like this beautiful seduction Oh my god, it is absolutely gorgeous. I Well, a lot of times when I say I don't really care about the lyrics, I don't pay attention so much to lyrics. To me, the voice is yet just another instrument. Okay, whether there's words actually being said or if it's like choir ahs, whatever. That's how to me a lot of times with voices. And with Sonata Arctica, that happens a lot with the voice in here. The guy has got a wonderful voice, but like this song is a perfect example where it doesn't matter what the hell he's singing when he gets like into these the pre-chorus and the build-ups and stuff like that. He's just got this mesmerizing sound of voice over top of everything else, and it's just the notation that he's singing, the way he's singing in between, it really is just seductive, but not dirty seductive. That beautiful sweet maiden walking through the woods wearing all the pure white and the glowing light and the blah 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 blah. But you know you're going to hell. That's that's kind of for the sake of revenge. That's how I describe that song. Beautiful song though, absolutely gorgeous. It's one of those songs that I love it. Absolutely adore it when the album's playing. When the album's not playing, I really don't think of it so much. Then we get to a little less understanding. This one's just a fun one. This one's really kind of upbeat. It goes back to what I was talking about, that Steven Seagal's, a bunch of guys on the porch playing their music, just kind of rocking it out on the acoustic strings and that. It's a really fun song. I really do enjoy this one, and it's really catchy and singable. Um, so yeah, it's cool that way. Then we get to the next song, "Alone in Heaven." All right, so uh, former lead guitarist of the band, I used to play him. One day, him and I were walking to the convenience store, and we were having this conversation. We are just kind of having this really kind of serious, kind of talking, bonding moment. And he's like, "Man, I know I'm going to hell." And I look at him and I go, "Me, I'm not going to hell. I might spend a little time in purgatory, but I'm definitely not going to hell." And he looks at me and goes, "Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, I don't see you going to hell." And the reason why I bring up this story is the next song is called "Alone in Heaven." And it's got this beautiful chorus, which I wish I could remember off the top of my head. I'm horrible at lyrics too, especially songs that are new to me. Um, it's basically the idea behind the chorus is, how can I really be in heaven if all my friends are down in hell? And I know the wording's close to that, but I know I'm screwing it up. And it's just this giant idea of being alone in heaven. Like you've lived this good life, you're up in heaven. You've lived this good life. You've been with all your friends. Your friends have been unrepentant jackasses. Blah 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 blah. They end up in hell, so you're up in heaven, and it's like trying to cope with the idea that how can you honestly be in heaven if all your friends are in hell? And it's just beautiful song, and the performance on it is absolutely fantastic. That goes into Tallulah, and for me, that's it. When the album's playing. Okay, sure, I don't mind it. Do I care about it? Nope. Then we get to "Don't Say a Word." "Don't Say a Word" is the longest song on this album at 6 minutes and 12 seconds. And this one definitely feels like it's a multi-parter, a lot of arrangements in it and whatnot. It's really nice. When it gets into what would be basically like kind of the chorus section, becomes really singable, really enjoyable, really get into it. But when the album's not playing, the next song, "As If the World Wasn't Ending." This song is beautiful. It really is an epic slow dance at the end of the world. It's that, like the world is literally ending around you everywhere, and you're just having this one last epic slow dance with your partner, and that beautiful embrace, and the music's just playing. I picture like old school, you got the disco ball with the lights going and everything's spinning all around, and this couple just dancing right in the middle of it with all the lights spinning around as the world is just exploding outside. Something you might see even in Stranger Things, it'd be a great, beautiful moment kind of thing like that. And it's just fantastic, or, some type of tornado going off, and, buildings being torn apart every which way, and the music's still going, and, wonderful. After that, we get into Paid in Full. I enjoy it when the album's playing. When the album's not playing, I don't think about it. It's not really that big of a song. And then we get to the last song on the album I really kind of pay attention to at all. And that is Tonight I Dance Alone. And this one sounds like, to me, that one guy sitting on the stage playing that song to an empty bar at the end of the night, just kind of empty, and he's just kind of playing for himself. Not that the guy's empty, the whole venue's empty, and the guy's just out there playing for himself. It can even be, the guy that owns the bar or something after everybody's gone home, he's got the venue to himself, so he just gets out there and plays for himself or whatnot. And that's how, Tonight I Dance Alone really kind of feels to me. That's the vibe it's got to me. There's 3 more tracks after that. You get The Wolves Die Young, Wolf and Raven, On the Fault Line. If I were a Sonata Arctica fan, if I were invested into their song selection, if I was invested into their repertoire more, I may enjoy those 3 songs more than I do. When I listen to them on here, they have that sound like I was talking about in the beginning. They have that, it's a great kind of sound. It's like that Steven Seagal's meets, I say ZZ Top in Back to the Future 3, just because I love that scene. That's a great one. They're sitting there just jamming away, and they're doing it old school. But like mandolins, not violins, sorry, banjos, obviously guitar, a little bass, whether it be upright or acoustic, some piano, stuff like that, like some good stuff. It all kind of, I'm not going to say it all sounds the same, because each song is definitely different and whatnot. It all has a vibe, and I like the vibe when the album's going, and I really enjoy listening to it, but it's not an album, like they're not songs I'd ever listen to on my own. I'm not invested in those songs in any way. On the whole, this is a fantastic album. It really, really is. I will definitely check out more of Tracy's Sonata Arctica after listening to this, so I can finally get a good comparison point. I mean, there's a few songs in here I want to hear what they definitely sound like on the originals. There are songs on here like Alone in Heaven. Oh man, I really, really get into that song. It just got a great hook to it. It's a good song. Just what I want to hear out of a acoustic track kind of thing. As If the World Wasn't Ending is another one where it's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, oh, gorgeous song. That definitely, As If the World Wasn't Ending, is probably going to become one of my all-time favorite slow songs. Absolutely. Like, just gorgeous. Gorgeous song. And then, outside of that, a little less for the sake of revenge, a little less understanding, and Tonight I Dance Alone, I might put into a mix on, like for something I'm listening to or whatnot. Beautiful, beautiful song though. Album, beautiful songs, beautiful album. I highly suggest this. Okay, if you're looking for an album that is kind of like this great Sunday afternoon kind of album. And honestly, I listen every Sunday afternoon. It's been on in the CD player, whether Tracy's home or not. I've listened to this album. I guarantee you I've listened to this album more than Tracy has. Because I throw it on Sunday afternoons when I'm doing stuff around the house to listen to. It's a great Sunday afternoon kind of album, you know. Before you get into the heavy stuff, you know, great album that way. Um, yeah, those are my thoughts. Those are my views. Give me your thoughts and views. That's in the comment section. That's what it's for. Also, that like button, that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. I'm really trying to get my subscriber numbers up, please, folks. I could really use it. I want to be able to start doing some live streams, and I can't do that until I get a higher subscriber number. So if you could help me out with that, that would be great. Thank you. Other than that, there's also a link to Patreon. Feel free to click on that. Peace, love, take care.